What's going on, YouTube? I'm back. Another video for the week. I promise more consistency, and that's what I'm going to give. Alright, before we get started, the reason I'm standing in this room full of gibberish and junk right now, this is my storage room, okay? This is where I keep all my junk. It's fully electricity. It's full of electricity. It has an air conditioner. It's detached from my home, and it's Wi-Fi enabled, meaning not in here, but the Wi-Fi from the house can reach here. So I'm going to use this as my recording / office room to do office work and to kind of record tip vids and topic discussion vids for y'all. But that's not why we're here today. The topic today is macros. I meet a lot of clients who've never heard of macros. All they know is calories. And yes, calories in versus calories out work, but sometimes you have to dial down to the minute details of a diet to get somebody to either lose weight or gain weight, which is what macros is used for. And I'm pretty sure most of you have heard of flexible dieting. It's the same thing as macros, okay? While there are many sites you can go to, such as ifitfishermacros.com, mymacros.com, macrocalculator.com, there's 1,000 of them out there. And using those, you'll get a generally the same numbers as far as your protein, fat, carbs, and all that. But they differ depending on the formula that they use or depending on who's calculating or what formula they put into the computer to calculate each person's information. What I'm going to show you is a manual way of calculating your macros, and we're going to do macros for cutting today, alright? Obviously macros for bulking will be different, and I'll do that on another vid. Alright, but today we're going to do macros for cutting because I don't want to take up too much of your time. I want to inform you, educate you, and let you go on about your day. Now, the rest of the video, you will be looking at a board, alright, with a bunch of numbers on it, and I'll explain each numbers to you. So you won't really see me in some of the clips, yes, but you will more likely, more or less, see the board the entire time. So grab a pen, grab a paper, follow along. Once you finish watching this video, use this method to calculate your macros for cutting. If you already have macros, calculate them the manual way and see how close or how far off your numbers are. Let's get into the video. Let's learn about some macros for cutting. Alright, so here we go. Alright, macros for cutting, okay? First thing, alright, today's subject, we got a 160-pound female who works a desk job and only trains twice a week, doing an upper body, lower body split, we'll say, probably doing some hippie shit, okay? The way to figure out this female's calorie intake is you're going to take her body weight, right? She's 160 pounds. You're going to multiply that number times the number between 11 and 14. 11 being a complete couch potato, 14 being somebody like a construction worker or somebody who works a job that requires a lot of movement and a lot of physicalities, okay? So she's got a desk job, meaning that she's not a complete slug, but she also is not physically working all day, every day, alright? So we're going to go with 12 right above the lowest number you can go. 160 times 12 gives us 1,920, which is going to be her calories for today, alright? Or her calories daily. Her total calorie daily is going to be 1,920, alright? The next thing we got to do is figure out how many grams of protein she's going to get a day. We're going to play it in the safe zone here, and we're going to go 1 gram per pound of body weight. So she's going to get 160 grams of protein a day. Now, fat, you're going to take her body weight. To figure out grams of fat, you're going to take her body weight, you're going to multiply it by a number between 0.3 and 0.6, alright? This is a total convenience factor. If you feel like you can diet on lower fats and still function properly and not crash, then you can go with 0.3. If you feel like you need excess fat in your diet, you can go with 0.6. Keep in mind, excess fat will probably delay fat loss, obviously, right? But here we go. For her, we went in between, alright? 0.5 is what we use. So we multiply her body weight 160 times 0.5, and she's allowed 80 grams of fat per day. The next thing we got to do is figure out how many of these calories that we're going to get from protein and fats. So the way to do that is 1 calorie equals 4 grams of protein. Alright? 1 calorie equals 4 grams of protein. So we're going to take her protein intake, which is 160 grams. We're going to multiply it times 4, and we get 640. So she's going to get 640 calories from protein. Alright? 1 calorie equals 9 grams of fat. 9 grams of fat. Okay, so we're going to take her allowable fat per day, which is 80 grams, and we're going to multiply it times 9, and we're going to get 720 calories. She'll get 720 calories for fat, and we're going to add those two together. So 640 plus 720 is 1,360, which is going to be the calories she consumed from her protein and fat sources. Next, carbs, right? Carbs. Everybody on carbs. Pay attention because carbs can get a little tricky, alright? The way to get your gram of carbs per day is you're going to take your maximum allowable calories per day, which is 1,920, and you're going to subtract the calories that you get from your protein and fat sources, which is 1,360. So we're going to take 1,920, subtract 1,360, and that's going to leave us with 560. Now, like protein, carbs, 1 calorie is 4 grams of carbs. So in order to get our carbs for the day, we're going to take that 560 that we got right here from subtracting the protein and fat calories from the total calories, and we're going to divide that by 4. Why? Because 1 calorie is 4 grams of carbs. So 560 divided by 4 is 140 grams. She will be allowed 140 grams of carbs per day. Now, the macro portion is complete. The only thing we have to do now is give her macros for the day, and then add our macros up to ensure that they equal out to meet our maximum allowable calories for the day. That is how you do checks and balances. When you add up your macros with the proper equation that I'm going to show you in a second, it should come out to be your maximum allowable calories for the day. If you're off 1 or 2 calories, that's okay. But if you're off 20, 30, 40 calories, then you've either went wrong somewhere in the equation or added too many grams somewhere. So let's check it out. Alright, boom, here we go. So her daily macros that she will need to hit to be successful in her cutting will be 160 grams of protein, 80 grams of fat, and 140 grams per carb. Alright? As long as you hit those macros, you will hit your calories. You don't have to, because I hear a lot of people say, oh, my calories are this, my fats are this, my protein are this, and my carbs are this. Well, your protein, fat, and carbs, when using the correct mathematical method, should equal out to your calories. And I'm going to show you how. Alright, you get 160 grams of protein per day. 1 calorie is 4 grams of protein, right? So 160 grams times 4 is 640 calories, alright? You get 80 grams of fat per day. 1 calorie is 9 grams of fat. So you multiply your allowable fat, which is 80 grams of fat per day, times 9, you get 720 calories, alright? 4 grams of carb is 1 calorie, the same as protein. So 1 calorie equals 4 grams of carb, right? You take your 140 grams of carb, you multiply it times 4, and you get 560. And what you're going to do is, you're going to add those numbers up. So 640 plus 720 plus 560 equals 1,920, which is your allowable calories for the day. Okay? I already know, we went kind of fast on that. For some of y'all that may have seen geometry or trigonometry, but it's not. Again, I will leave a link in the description that will take you to a website where you can actually download, or you can copy and paste, and it'll walk you through step by step what I just showed you. Okay? This video was simply for informational purposes and educational purposes. Alright? If you watch this video and you use your body weight and you use the methods that I showed you, you'll be able to calculate your own macros. Thus, will keep you from paying somebody to calculate your macros when they're either A, going to go to a website and put in your information and download it, or B, do the same thing that I just showed you how to do. Now, know yourself, okay? If you lazy as hell and you don't have the initiative to get up and do it yourself, then by all means hire a trainer. And I don't want to go off on a tangent here. I'm not going to go off on a rant, but trainers are not there to give you workout programs and to talk to you about nutrition. They are, but today in 2016, you can Google, YouTube, and Instagram any of that shit. Trainers are there for motivational purposes, to speak life into you, to help you understand that even when it's hard, you can do it. That's why sometimes I train with my clients to let them know that I struggle just like you. But fuck excuses. At the end of the day, it's about putting in the fucking work. That's been my video on macros for cutting. I appreciate you taking time to watch. Hopefully you learned some. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know below. I'm always in the comment section. Even though I only get a few comments, I try to respond to every comment I get. So if you have any questions, if you have any other information to add that I may have missed out on, feel free to share it in the comment section below. But until then, this has been Catchabody Fitness, and I'll see y'all at the next video.